turned upside down. And so just to be able to sit a jury of people who would be even willing to put, their lives on the line is going to be really, really difficult. So it's something that we all need to be thinking about. I know that the DA's office is, but it is, it's serious.
Geoff, flipping to the political side of things, because you have been very clear for months now, including in the wake of this case, that this is the moment where Republicans need to pivot. After the first indictment, the second indictment, the third indictment, the fourth indictment. There's a big debate coming up. You look at the new polling we were just talking about. It's a snapshot. It doesn't tell the whole story, but I think we had 47% say the charges are very serious, 16% say somewhat serious. There's some other polling that showed 53% of Americans believe that he definitely did something illegal. Obviously, if you just take a Republican primary electorate, I think it's much smaller by a significant degree. In these first few days, do you see any of what you wanted to happen for the party, even on the periphery, starting to happen?
I do. There's certainly some motion starting to go in a different direction, right? We're just hearing conversations. There's a lot of inquiries around what is next, right? And I think we have to break this down as a business problem. Donald Trump went on a multi-year crime spree. And I think Americans, I think specifically Republicans, are starting to see that. Even if the 35% of Republicans that are in love with Donald Trump are starting to realize it's an impossible mathematical equation to win the election. And I think we have to break this down like a business problem, right? We've got to go attack. If 35% are diehard in love with Donald Trump, then we need to go figure out who those 65% are and message to them. And then we need to simplify it even more. Let's go figure out a way to short circuit the caucuses in Iowa, in New Hampshire. Let's go take those big dollar donors that are out there that haven't jumped in yet and get them behind a full-scale effort to flip that 20% lead that Donald Trump's got in Iowa and then roll into New Hampshire. And now we can reset the stage. But there's never been a better time for GOP 2.0 to show up and to really lead with our policies, right? Instead of us talking about Donald Trump, what if we were talking about that only 36% of Americans think Joe Biden's responsible enough to handle the economy?
I feel like those calls have been happening.
Bad new poll for him.
Yeah,
it just came out this morning.
We should be talking about that as Republicans.
Though, I feel like those calls have been happening behind the scenes between pretty significant donors, between Republican operatives for the last 8-10 months.
It's now or never. And I'm calling on candidates. I'm calling on, I don't want to see more press conferences like Tim Scott's yesterday or Ron DeSantis's or Nikki Haley's where they kind of tiptoe around the issue. You need to call Donald Trump out for being a liar and on his way to be a felon. And we need to move forward as a
They're going to get called out on the debate stage by people like Chris Christie for trying to toe that line.